Alright, this is Chuck Schaefer with Gemini IT. Today we're going to be going over your training for the OctoPOS retail point of sale system. We'll take a look at several things on the front end, and then we're also going to take a look at some management things that you can do from the front end, such as adding a new product when those products come in the door, or changing prices if you have those kind of privileges. So this is a rather lengthy video, probably 20 to 30 minutes, and I ask that you please take the time to go through it. It will save you some support calls, and together we can help your retail store be as successful as it can be. So here we are at the main login screen of OctoPOS, and we have, for any reason, if this application wouldn't be running, for example, let's say if I'm back at the desktop, if you will, of your point of sale terminal, or for some reason if a remote session was running with Screen Connect, those types of things, if Screen Connect was launched, some remote work was done overnight, you might need to hit cancel down here at the bottom, but you can hit the square button down at the bottom and you can swipe up and get that out of the way, and that will take you back to the Android PC desktop. You'll have icons that look similar to this on your screen. The OctoPOS icon is right here, so that will launch and you'll be ready to log in. If you clock in and clock out, you would use this function down here at the bottom right to clock in and clock out and follow the prompts on the screen. But we're going to log in with our staff ID, whatever your personal ID is, your 6-digit ID, you'll enter that in, obviously. And you're going to start your till for the day. And if whatever you start your drawer with, let's say you start your drawer with $150. There's no reason to put in how many ones, fives, tens, 20s, quarters, dimes, nickels, and that kind of thing when you start your till. I just normally come over here to the ones column and key in the total dollar amount that I'm starting the drawer with. When you count your drawer down, to me there's no reason to count every penny, nickel, dime that you may have, and we'll go through that here in a bit. But if you ended up with $430.25, I would just put 430 in this ones column, and over here in the pennies I would put 35 cents when I go to close out my till. But we're going to start the till, and I'm going to click on the confirm button in the upper right, and this takes me to my login screen. Now I've got an error here that I can't communicate with a printer because on the demo system I'm using, I'm just logged into a terminal. So from here, I can now begin ringing up sales, and it's just a matter of scanning items, doing what I need to do, and it'll obviously ring up here for the items. If I have some favorites, I can go to favorites. On my demo system I have some favorites programmed. I can show you in the back office how to do that, but normally here in departments, this is going to list all my departments. If I have some items that don't have a barcode or things that I ring up real quick, I can create a department here in grocery, and I can do a drink or whatever, and I can select items just right off of the department list here. If I have an open item or an extra item that's not in the system, I can come in here and type in the product name, and I'll just say new drink, whatever it is, and I can come over here to its amount, and let's say it's $1.59, and that will allow me to ring up an item that's not in the system, so long as I have the privilege to do so. If I need to change the quantity, so if somebody got 5 of these sparkling ices, I can certainly scan each item, or I can just run them up. If I go too far, I can run it back down, or if somebody didn't want that new item, I can click on the X and get rid of it. So then, of course, when the guest is ready to go, I'll click on this charge bar down here at the bottom, and if however they're paying, I'm going to key in the amount. If they're giving me cash, total is $6.56. So if they give me $10, I'll hit 10 and then cash. If they're paying with credit card, I just hit card by itself, and then it will prompt the payment device to take the card payment. If you're a grocery store and you take EBT, you can hit the EBT button here, and it will show you how much of their order qualifies for SNAP benefits or EBT, and if you have house accounts that are enabled, or if you're doing gift cards, you can run that there. But if I'm going to pay $10 in cash, it'll calculate the change, process the receipt, and those types of things pop up in the cash drawer. And if you do get any of these error messages on your system, the first thing you want to do with your printers, check in anything, make sure it's got power. Check the cables, make sure the cables are plugged up. It's also, if the cables are plugged up, maybe you unplug the cable from the back of the printer, wait 5-10 seconds and plug it back up for whatever reason. These are computers, and we have multiple devices. Sometimes they do get confused. So a couple of the options here, we won't go through a lot of these in details. Tags would allow me to display items with specific attributes, maybe such as items that have food allergies, if I happen to be using this at a deli or something along those lines. That type of thing. Favorites, we talked a little bit about. I can assign certain items from various departments to show up here. So if I sell a lot of these, I can put those there. Options, these are options that I can do at the point of sale. Open cash drawer, that's my no sell button. Reprint last receipt, most of these are very self-explanatory. If I've got an order and I have some discounts set up, I can add discounts to the whole order or to an individual product. Coupons, sell gift cards, those types of things. If I've got an order out here with, I'll say, a lot of items on it, let me just ring up several items here. And I'll put that on there. And then, $7.30. Oh, I forgot my money. I'll come back. I can suspend the sale if I want and come back. So I'm going to put Joe, and Joe forgot his wallet. Whoops. Coming back. That allows me to hold on to this ticket and take care of the next guest in line. So now what I can do is come in here to options. Oops, sorry. And wait a minute. Oh, sorry, made a mistake. Go to menu, go to tickets over here under orders, and notice there's Joe's ticket. So now I can bring it back up by hitting the edit button, and if he wants to add more things to it, great. Then if not, I can hit charge, and here I can pay it out. So he gives me $10 in cash. He got a hold of his money. So that's how you can suspend an order, let somebody go get their stuff, money or whatever it is, or go pick up some other items, but then move on to take care of the next guest in line while they're going to do their thing. But where I was headed with clearing out items or a whole ticket, let's say if I've got 4 or 5 items, I have 2 here, and I can come over here to options, and I can select clear all items if somebody doesn't want what's going on, the whole order. So this is a couple things from the front of the house. When you're ready to close out your day, you're going to go to menu or close out a shift, depending on how you count your drawer. This is where you would do a paid in or paid out. Paid out, bread guy comes, HVAC guy comes, computer technician comes and you're going to do a paid out, do paid out here, refunds here. You can go clock in, clock out, those types of things. But we're going to close our till, and now we're going to count our till. So remember, I started with $150, right? And I had a couple of sales, don't remember the exact amount, somewhere around, total of $15, $16. So let's say I have $163. Oops. So I put 163 in here and 45 cents for pennies. So I counted my drawer and I've got a total of $165 and 45 cents in it. And I hit confirm 163.45. It'll print the end of day receipt. I'm off by 41 cents. Okay. It is what it is. Some people don't count your drawer at all. You can just hit OK with 0 there if you want. So I'm going to back arrow, go back. I'm done. So now I'm going to log out. And typically I just say log out only. If you make the mistake and hit log out and exit app, that's okay. It just takes you back to the dashboard, and you can click on the OctoPOS icon to bring you back. So now if I start my day all over again, I get prompted to set the till. And I'm just going to put a penny in here for what we're going to go through next. So things come up in the middle of the day. We might need to change a price. We might need to add a product that isn't in the system, or maybe a barcode changed on an item. You can do that from the point of sale screen. And the way we do this is we exit the main point of sale app and we launch Google Chrome to get you to the back office with a user that has the privileges to add items and edit items. So here's how we do that. You don't have to log out, because you obviously want to be able to come back and forth between things, because you're doing multiple things in most small retail operations. But of course, if you've got a back office from your back office PC, you can do the same thing. But we're going to hit this square down here at the bottom, and that would show me the other apps that are running. Well, right now no other apps are running, so we've kind of got a problem. So we hit the circle down here at the bottom, and that gets me back to the desktop. So I'm going to click on Google Chrome, and notice I've got a bookmark here. This is my store, but you're going to log in with your store, and you should know what your store URL is here, and it'll be the name of your store .octoretail.com, and you can ignore the rest of this, but it should be bookmarked over here. If I go to the 3 dots in the upper right and I click on bookmarks, you may see it right then and there, but you may have to click here in this bookmark section and get there to see your bookmark. But it'll be the name of your store .octoretail.com. You should have login information that will be emailed to your ownership. That'll be a user that has product access to it. It'll have a username, which is a made-up email address, and a password for you to be able to log in. So I'm logged in as my administrator here, but I'm going to log out just to show you a little bit about that. And I use again, just a dummy email address here. So oops, and it would help if I typed that properly. Typing in the password here, and it's showing up in the wrong field. Don't know why that is. There we go. Oh. Why? My screen recorder is not behaving properly, so we'll just do it from down here. Get the password in. So now this user, notice Good Morning Product Add User. This user can come in here to Products over here on the left, click on Products, and you can use your scanner if you want, clicking right up here in the upper right hand corner. Click on the barcode and you can scan and it will find that item for you. So whatever it is, you're going to find your item. You got 3,000 or 4,000 items. You want to use your barcode scanner. Now, of course, you can search for it. If I want to search for my Duke Bourbon, let me use my keyboard here. I hit my green arrow over here to get rid of my keyboard. Come on. There it is. So I can just change the price just by clicking on the price right here. If I wanted to change the price to say $39.99. Whoops, too many nines. There we go. And then I can be done with that, or I can do a full edit if I want to, and come in here and make all the changes that I need to make. Click out of the areas here, get rid of my keyboard, click on submit, and be done with it. Let's say they come up with a new barcode. This happened at Jack Daniel's 750 milliliter size several years ago. They changed their barcode 2 or 3 times in a year. So if I get a new barcode, I can add that, whatever that barcode may be. And just remember what your barcode formatting is for your store. Some stores, you enter in all the digits, including the leading number and the ending number. Some stores don't transmit that starting barcode number and ending barcode number, so you'll need to make sure you know what that is, and you can tell by looking at an existing product and existing barcode what that is. So just make sure you key in the proper number of barcodes, characters from your barcode, and you'll be good to go. But remember to hit submit up here for each of your items, and you'll be good to go. So that's what you can do to either create. We'll go to create. We'll kind of go through that real quick. Let's say the barcode for this guy here is 987. Just, I realize that's not a real barcode, but that's what we're going to use. And I can type in the product name, and I'm going to say this is West Virginia mug, WV mug. And I'm going to select the department that it goes to. So you can have a drop down list here, or I can search for the department either way. I'm just going to search for retail, or maybe merchandise, depending on what the name of my department is. Maybe miscellaneous, it could be beer, it could be liquor, it could be whatever it is. But I can search for that, or I can scroll down and pick whatever department. So, and then I'm typically going to use department attributes here. That would assign taxes properly, EBT status properly, whether or not I'm going to require age verification, those sorts of things. If I know what my cost is, I can put my cost in over there per item or per case. if I'm not tracking cost, I'm not going to worry about that. But I am going to put in my price of what I'm selling it for, $9.51. And if I'm doing a loyalty program, I can put that information in. There's how many rewards points they get. So as I go through this, I can continue on. If I want to go and key in how many I've got, what location, if I have multiple locations, a reorder point for thresholds over here, vendor information if I have all that. If I don't have that, I can leave that information blank. So the required things are obviously a barcode if I'm going to have one, the department that it goes to, the product name, the price that I'm selling it for, and then I'm going to hit submit. Those are the main things that you have to do there. So now from the point of sale terminal through the back office by launching Google Chrome, I can change prices, I can edit an existing item, add barcodes, change its description, whatever. I can add items. So I can leave this open if I want, because now I can hit this square button down at the bottom of the screen, and I can come over here. Notice I see my point of sale app right there and running. And if I need to go back and change another item, I can hit the square button down at the bottom, go back over here. I'm back into my products app. This particular user that I've set here doesn't have the ability to go in and change taxes. They don't have the ability to go in and mess with roles or employees. This role that is set up for the product user only has access to this products tab here, like it should be. So now I'll go back to point of sale. I'll hit the square button at the bottom, click on my point of sale app, and I'm good to go. So that's just a quick overview of front of house functions that you need to be aware of. One of the other things that came up in some training the other day was how do I go back and find a receipt. Somebody last for the card, I need to print a receipt from that particular. Well, I'm not running any credit cards on this system, but what I can do, I go to menu, you'll go to tickets, and from here you can search any tickets there. I'm going to go to transactions, and notice here I have the last 4 digits of the credit card. I can key that in. Again, I don't have any, so it's not going to show that for me, but I could key in the last 4 digits of the card. It would bring that up. Then I could view that order, and I could print it out. I can do whatever I want to with that particular receipt that we retrieved. So that's just an example of the things that you can do from the front of the house. If I need to refund an item, say I don't have an order reference to pull up, I can enter a refund amount, whether or not I'm going to refund the tax, am I going to charge to do a refund, how am I doing the refund, cash, card, whatever, and I can put whatever reasons in there. So that's how I can do refunds. Go back to home, and now I'm back working with my point of sale system. So again, thank you for your time. If you have any other questions and how we can help with your retail store, we provide support at no additional charge to folks who are using credit card services through Gemini IT, and we offer affordable support, certainly from a technology company standpoint, to anyone using OctoPOS that is not processing credit cards through us, but you do need to pay. That's by processing credit cards through Gemini IT services is how we fund our support operations here, and we appreciate you guys very much, and we work very hard to be professional, timely, and affordable. So reach out to us at GeminiIT918.com, or you can call our toll-free number at 888-406-4940. That's 888-406-4940. Thank you, and have a great day.